Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money. Let's take a few moments to tune in to the Prosperity Circle of Light. The purpose of the Prosperity Circle of Light is to create an energy form that helps transform our relationship with money, our relationship with abundance, and the relationship of everyone on the planet. We're creating a new thought form, and what we have to do is overcome this huge thought form of lack, greed, and power. This is a life form based on beauty, based on the abundant nature of life, and based on knowing and experiencing enoughness in life. So let's begin. And the way we do that is that we see the Prosperity Circle as a circle. We all know what a circle is like, and we see that circle. I like to think of it as a sphere, and we step into it in our imagination. And while we're there, let's just imagine that there are many other light beings there, and just see that symbolized by tiny lights everywhere, just sparkling lights. And we do this through the breath. We increase this prosperity magnet through the breathing, and with the inhale, we take in this consciousness, and as we exhale an abundance of well-being toward all people. And not only the abundance of well-being, but also the thought of abundance to be infiltrated in the consciousness of all people on the planet. And so we breathe in and we breathe out. Breathing in this consciousness and exhaling our willingness for all people to be happy and safe, well fed. And we breathe in knowing that we're on purpose in just this very moment by adding what we can to this consciousness on the planet. And so it is. I bet you didn't know that 40% of the people in America have chronic financial anxiety, whether it's imagined or whether they're almost about to have their lights turned off, or whether they think the rug is going to be pulled out from under them. We suffer in America. And I know there are people in other countries that listen to these videos, but in America, we suffer about finances and money. Some of it's real and some of it's imagined. But it's very sad that it's definitely not just unreal or false. There are plenty of people who do not have money to pay bills, and they're getting more and more behind and more and more behind. And we want to be a part of that solution. We want to be a part of bringing a new idea to the thought form or to the people here. The idea that there is enough and we can all have enough. And I'm wondering, what is it in our collective unconsciousness that drives people toward greed and that strips so many people from their financial power? I don't know what it is, but that's the reason that we want to visualize and we want to see this light force going out, because light is intelligent. It knows light is unconditional love, and it knows where to place itself. It knows where to go. And so we want to send that light out and that light force out. I love the idea of the quadruple bottom line, and that is the old bottom line is people say, well, the bottom line is how much money you make. And then the new bottom line was the triple bottom line, and that is, no, it's just not the money you make, but it's the people, taking people into account too, and it's also taking the planet into account. So that means that when we talk about what is profitable, we have to know that we're tearing down the planet and people are dying and it's taking our health away. That's not abundant living. And if people are not happy in their lives, if people are starving, that's not abundant living. And also, if we take away from the health of the people so that people can just get more money, then that's not abundant living. And what's the fourth one? Is purpose, that we want to feel like we're on purpose in our lives and that we're doing something that makes a difference not only in our own lives, but makes a difference in other people's lives. So that's the quadruple bottom line, and that is so that profit, people, planet, and purpose. And maybe I need to turn them around, because profit should be the last thing. It shouldn't be the thing that drives us, and it's been the driving force in our economical system for a very long thing, and that is upside down. We need to go from purpose first. What is my purpose? What am I doing here? Am I doing it today? Am I doing it in this very breath? Am I on purpose? Because when we're on purpose, we feel so much better. And then people, what about the people around me? Are they being served? Are they healthy? People, I'll finish with another thought in a minute. And then the planet is our planet is dying. We're in the middle of what's called the sixth great extinction. We need to do better than that. And then profit last. Of course we want money, but money in itself is really, it doesn't have it's not a being, it's not a thing, it's something that we use. It's a tool that we use to make life easier. It's not something that we need to lord over people. I heard a friend of mine told me today that she heard, I think, the Reverend Barber speak, and he said that many years ago that the churches were empathic, and they were helpers. They fed the poor, and they wanted to serve the poor. And there became a movement that moved from the idea of serving the poor to saying the poor were bad. Poor or bad people because they were poor. That it was an intentional change, and that some churches had to pledge that they would preach this kind of doctrine, that the poor were bad. It's the same thing as the new age, new thought thing is basically if you get ill, that you're bad too because you caused it. And while we have a tremendous influence by the way we think, everyone is not awake to what they think, and we also don't know in our subconscious mind what's going on at all either. So it's never a blame game. No one is to blame for anything. Now, we can take responsibility for our lives. That's a tremendous different energy than blaming ourselves for anything. We want to take responsibility. If I can take responsibility for my mistakes, that means I can change them. But when I start blaming myself for mistakes that I've made, then what happens is I'm probably not going to want to change, because I feel so bad about everything. And feeling bad is not, and feeling guilty and feeling like we're to blame, that is not the energy of abundant living. We want to first be innocent, to love ourselves, and to move that same kind of energy out to all people, because when we do feel innocent and when we love ourselves, of course we want everyone else to feel innocent and love themselves. When we feel bad about ourselves, when we think we're not okay, then we build up all kinds of denial systems, all kinds of protections systems for our ego, and then we project it on other people and we say they're bad, and we need to end this. We need to end the war on life, the war on love, the war on compassion, the war on empathy, the war on sympathy. We need a new dispensation of abundant living, and this is a prosperity team, and we're creating that. So I hope you've had a good day, and I want you to remember for sure that I love you. And if you find something you like in this video, share it with your friends, because everyone that listens to this video is automatically on the prosperity team, and we are a team of people who are changing consciousness, changing it through our intention, changing it with our breath, and just changing it with our love. Good night.